And we are here with Giovanni from Campo Alla Sughera from Bolgheri. Giovanni, for those who are unaware of the characteristics of Bolgheri versus the rest of Tuscany, how do the wines from Bolgheri differ from the more traditional areas of Tuscany?
Yes, as you probably know, Bolgheri is on the coast, and in Bolgheri we have a very exclusive macroclimate because we have the hill that make something like an amphitheater behind us and protect us from the cold wind from the hinterland, from the north. But at the same time, we have we are just 7 kilometers far from the seaside. So every time we have this kind of sea breeze that mitigate the climate into the Bolgheri zone. So every time we have not so cold and not so hot. So it's a very exclusive macroclimate, very perfect for this kind of international grapes like Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, and Petit Verdot that we have.
And in the wines, if you were to compare a wine from Bolgheri to perhaps a Chianti Classico or a Brunello, what can a wine buyer expect to be different from Bolgheri?
Yes, because of course Chianti Classico and Brunello use mostly 100% of Sangiovese. In Bolgheri, Sangiovese is not used a lot. Just a few wineries still use these grapes because these grapes needs more cold in the night and more hot during the day. So I told you that it's very mitigate temperature, so it's not good for the Sangiovese. Of course, the wine in Bolgheri are made mostly with the international grapes. Most with the Cabernet Sauvignon, and then Merlot and Cabernet Franc. The Petit Verdot is just a very small quantity, and I think that the wine in Bolgheri are very finest, very elegant, and take the elegance from the soil and the climate.
If you could sum up what the character of the wines of Campo Alla Sughera are, especially perhaps compared to some other wines from the neighborhood of Bolgheri, what stands out about Campo Alla Sughera and the wines there?
Yeah, Campo Alla Sughera, as you know, is a small winery, very young winery also, that focused on the quality wine. So we make a lot of job on the grapes in order to increase every time the quality. For example, we have 17.5 hectares planted, and we have the vineyard divided into 42 plots. So we make the harvest and then the vinification and then the affination separately. Every grape separately. So we create a mosaic at the beginning in the vineyard, and then in stainless steel vat, and then in the barrel. And just on the end, we make the blend to make, for example, Adeo or Niore of Campo Alla Sughera. So this one is very important things. Another thing is, of course, the soil. The soil in Bolgheri is is an alluvial soil, so very rich. We have in Campo Alla Sughera we have 9,000.5 hectares planted, so one of the highest density in Bolgheri, but that is mean that we have also low productivity. We have also the vineyard divided into something like 20-25 plots for the irrigation system, so we can manage every grapes ad hoc. What they need, if they need water, we can do that, but maybe if the grapes nearby doesn't need, we can't use water there. So a lot of things next to it. At Campo Alla Sughera we work with small things that one over each other, I think will increase the quality into the wine. So, and of course also in cellar, we have the cellar built in vertical, so the cellar use the gravity power, so no stress of the grapes, and every grapes fall down naturally into the stainless steel vat. We also make trade selection on the grapes, the first one during the harvest, and the second and third at the sorting table. We do everything hand by hand. So all of these things for me make our idea of the quality. Campo Alla Sughera work with quality without compromise. And our goal is always make the best wine as possible in that vintages.
So I think that Campo Alla Sughera uses Petit Verdot certainly more prominently than, from what I can see, most other houses in Bolgheri. What is behind the use of Petit Verdot? What is it about that grape and that site that makes it all work?
Yeah. Okay. For us, the Petit Verdot, the grape Petit Verdot, is very important. At the beginning, was planted like everywhere, like a secondary grapes to be used for the cut, so 5-10% maximum. But during every harvest, the Petit Verdot seems to ask the consideration to our winemaker.
Puts its hand up.
Yes,
And, yeah.
yes. And yeah, every vintage, every harvest, the Petit Verdot was one of the best. So they decide in 2006 to leave the Petit Verdot make his expression. In 2006 they decide to produce a label ad hoc for the Petit Verdot. We produce not every vintage, but just on the best vintages, a label called Campo Alla Sughera. Keep the name of the wine because Campo Alla Sughera feel the Petit Verdot has our grapes, something like that, of course. And the blend is 70% Petit Verdot and 30% Cabernet Franc.
In theory, that should not work.
Yeah.
You know, Petit Verdot can be such an angry grape.
Yeah.
What is it about the site of
Yeah.
Campo Alla Sughera that is able to produce a balanced Petit Verdot?
As you said, it's a very difficult grapes. The Petit Verdot has a very fine skin, so to have a Petit Verdot for the cut, for like a secondary grapes, you can use the Petit Verdot and treat the Petit Verdot as a normal grapes, normal complementary grapes.
Right.
When you decide to make a label ad hoc for the Petit Verdot, you have to consider the Petit Verdot has a primary grapes, has a Cabernet Sauvignon, has a Cabernet Franc, has Merlot. When you want to do that, means that you have to find the right moment to collect the Petit Verdot. You have to leave the Petit Verdot on the plant more as possible. You have to arrive at the end of the maturation. At the end, that means that you have to collect that day. If you live there a day more,
Really?
yeah,
That
down.
precise.
Yeah, down. So, what is our peculiarity for me is make every grapes on the same step, on the same floor. So we just to try to leave the Petit Verdot on the plant as more as possible and collect at the right moment.
So end of October, early November?
Now, as end of September,
Yeah, okay, that
first
early.
of October, depend.
Yeah.
Depend. No, any vintage are not the same, but are one of the last
Okay.
grapes to be collected.
Oh.
And this one I think is a very nice characteristic for our Petit Verdot. And we have 2 hectares planted of
That's
of
it.
Petit Verdot. Yeah, and the Petit Verdot use it for Agnone, just 10% now, and 70% for the Campo Alla Sughera. And that 70% came from a very small part of these 2 hectares.
Wow.
So it's the crew into the crew.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
This
How
was-
many bottles are made of Campo Alla Sughera?
Yeah, normally best vintages we produce maximum 5,000 bottles per year.
Huh?
You know, we have a total production of about 110,000 bottles, so it's not a lot.
No.
Can happen that we produce less, 1,000, 2,000, depend about the vintages, about the Petit Verdot, of course. If it's good, if it's all good, and the vintage is very also common, very good, we produce 5,000 bottles per year.
It's hard to follow. You have to put that wine last in a tasting because it's hard to. That has to be usually the last wine, but it is still quite balanced. Like, can you tell me a little bit about the oak treatment for that Petit Verdot? It spends quite a lot of time in barrel, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Petit Verdot spent something like two years in barrique.
New ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
80% new,
Yeah.
20% second passages, and then 2 years in bottle.
Yeah.
So yes, the barrique are very, very important for us. Just for the Petit Verdot, we use only the barrique.
Right.
So 225 liters.
Yeah.
Normally for the others, we use also the tonneau.
Right.
But the Petit Verdot needs very strong affination into the oak. Just French oak. We use only barrel come from 2 different tonnellerie. Tonnellerie Taranceau and Tonnellerie Raymond.
Okay.
Taranceau is in Bordeaux and Raymond in Burgundy.
Huh.
2 different type of wood for different type of work on the grapes. Depends.
Very
Depend
cool.
about what job we want to do on the grapes or what kind of wines we want to put on.
Excellent. One last question.
Yeah.
When you're not drinking Bolgheri, what do you drink?
I love Brunello.
Okay.
I love Rosso di Montalcino.
Yes.
I love Nebbiolo.
Hmm.
And I love Pinot Nero.
Yeah. Oh, Pinot Noir. Is there a lot of Pinot Noir being grown in
No,
this?
no.
It's further north.
Yeah, for the north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, every plant can be planted everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, the expression is different. I really love Sangiovese, but the Sangiovese from Montalcino. I love Pinot Nero and Nebbiolo.
And the Rosso di Montalcinos are getting very good. Like
Yeah, really.
in the last 10 years, I think the quality of the Rossos has gone way up.
Really, because for the Brunello you have to wait a lot, and Rosso di Montalcino is ready before. They also use very nice part of the plots of Sangiovese. So I think in some winery Rosso di Montalcino is very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's ready before.
Well, it's half
You
the
have
price.
to
All right. Thank you very much, Giovanni. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
so
My
much.
pleasure.
All right.
Thank you very much.